Hey, welcome to Black Lab Garage. Today let's tear into that Massey Harris number 3 baler and check the wire pads and the rails out on it. Let's see how bad they are. You ready? Come on, let's get into it. Alright, I've got the tractor backed up here, got it in gear and got it locked down, the brakes locked down. I've got a come along tied to the plunger. So let's see if we can get the plunger yanked on out. Should come out, I ain't gonna say real easy, but fairly easy since we did get it moving. Oh yeah, it's coming. Although it is pulling the tractor backwards. So which I knew at the very end it was going to be tight. It stopped. I mean, it's right there where it's at the end, ready to pop on out. Sorry about that. Pulling it out and knocked the camera over, but plunger's out. So now let's try to get those rails out of it. Well, the left side rail anyway, that's the one that's bad. Yeah, this thing's baled a lot of hay in it today. These pads here don't look too bad, but yeah, those are gone. Those have done RUNNOFT. I think you can still buy those, although they're not easy to find, but there's still a few out there. We may just have to try to make some. Dang it, I didn't want to see that. Now then, here's what happens while the plungers get stuck in. Look at all this. See, that all builds up between the rail and forces the rail out. And then it seizes up against the plunger. That's just insane. So there's 1, 2, 3 bolts in the bottom, and in case you're wondering, that is a 5/16 plow bolt. I went down to my local co-op and they did have a 5/16 plow bolt, but it was only a 3/4 inch, or 3/4 of an inch long, which isn't long enough, not by the time you had the shims and stuff in. So I found another bolt that I think will work. We'll find out here shortly. But right now, let's try to get all this cleaned up. I want to cut the other bolt head off back yonder, and then we'll have this rail out. Oh yeah, you can see shims here too. That's, well, where's my iron? That's the remnants of the shims. They're not in the best of shape either. We'll try to get them cleaned up. And we're back. Let me just tell you, it's hotter than the hinges of hell out here right now. So if you see moisture falling, it's not rain and it's not me crying. It's sweat dripping off of me. Although they might be tears before long. Alright, I want to take a torch and heat these bolts up. See if we can get them to turn loose, because they're flathead screws, so they're not going to turn loose real easy without, of course, stripping. And I've got a impact driver. Hopefully that'll help loosen them. That ain't wanting to give it up. Well, broke the bit on my bit driver, or impact driver. So let's try an air chisel with a punch in it. Hey, that works. There it is. Hey, we got shims under there too. So now let's use this to make a pattern. What I'll do is I'm going to take a stone like this, and that's what I'm going to use to put the right taper in it for the screw. Hey, poor people have poor ways, but it works. That's all that matters. See what I was talking about? Where'd that screw go? I still got just a little bit left to do, but you can see we're awfully close now. So it's going to work. Now we just got to make 2 more of them. Well, you can see I've got 3 more plates made. We gotta try to get this old one out, or off, the remnants of it, and get the bolts out. Right there and that one's right there. That means this one must be right here. I can't even see that one, but I'm gonna guess it's right there. I've got a reverse taper drill bit, so let's see how it does. I don't know why man even tries them things. I've never seen them work except maybe a handful of times. Oh well, let's just drill it out and rethread it. Well, it tightened up in there. I figure it would. Well, just got to repeat this 2 more times. So right there's how you make new wire pads for a Massey Ferguson square baler plunger and install them. Got that on, so we just got to do this side. So all I got left now to do is cut the slide out and bolt it in, and we're ready to put her back together, see what she does. Well, and there she is. Got all 4 cut out. Just got to sharpen the knife on the plunger and then it's ready to put back in. I did spray a little paint on it, not to make it look pretty, but just keep it from rusting while it's sitting there. So got to cut the rail out that it slides on that one side where that one rail was bad. Outside of that, we're ready to put it back together. Something else I meant to share with you, when I was cutting these holes into it, you know, because they have to be at an angle to match the bolt head. The first one I used a stone, or grinding rock, and it was just way too slow. So I found these at the Ace Hardware. They're made by Irwin, I think for a minute. Made by Irwin, and it matches the angle of the bolt heads perfectly, and it's made for mild steel, so I use that on the rest of them. So if you're going to do this, if you don't have a machine shop like me, make sure you get one of those. Alright, I got the rail cut out. And let me just tell you, it's as straight, it looks like I cut it on a bandsaw. Well, okay, it actually looks like I cut it on a bandsaw if I was blindfolded and drunk. But it'll be alright, it'll work. I mean, it's just a guide, so it don't have to be perfect. What I'm going to do now is, where this rust is on this metal, which it is new metal, but it's just been stored for a long time. I want to knock this off just so the plunger will have a little easier time, or the pads, wire pads will have a little easier time sliding on it. So I'm just going to knock some of this off. There you go. See, it's countersunk, which I might hit it just a little bit more. But that'll work. Things I do and go through just so an animal can eat. Now we got most of the rust off of there. Let's take some of this rust converter and spray on it. Yeah, you hear it thundering probably. Alright, I got my rail back in there. I got grease on it. I greased that one on that side up. So now it's time to slide the plunger back in, hook it back up. So let's see what happens. Well, I guess the moment of truth is here. Let's feed this thing some hay and see what happens. I really don't know. If you hear a lot of profanity and screaming followed by crying, that means it busted the needles. Of course, it's not going to tie the first bale going through because I had to tie the twine to where it catches the knotter. But hopefully it ties the second one. If not, you're going to see a grown man cry. grip this knotter by hand just to show you that it does tie. There, lines in both of them. There's one knot. There's the other knot. There. So it's good to go. We have successfully rebuilt the plunger and fixed the knotter and adjusted it. It's ready for another 66 years. So I appreciate y'all watching. Be sure to like, subscribe. Stay tuned because I've got more videos coming out. And me and the pups will see you soon.